So, hey Rob, how
Hello,
are you?
Mark.
Yeah, how's everything?
Yeah, not yeah, it's pretty good actually. Not bad. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it. How's things with you?
It's all right. It's all right. Yeah, I'm really good, really good. I know we just had a bit of a technical issue there, but I think we've sorted it out now. Or you have.
We're going to pretend that didn't happen. The first 30
Yes,
minutes of
but
this we'd have been
yeah,
done by now, I expect, if it wasn't for the fact that my phone is terrible. But
yeah, it's fine. Understandable. It's absolutely fine. We're here now, and everything's good.
yeah, yeah. Thank you for having me.
So, it's all right. You're welcome. So, what are you listening to right now? What's on your playlist?
So, the Spotify Wrapped has caught up with me. I'm not massively campaigning for Spotify or anything like that, but I do
Yeah.
find it funny when you do get it coming, it comes through email or whatever. And then my number one is actually John Smith this year, who's a phenomenal kind of folk singer-songwriter. I
Cool.
think I think he's originally from Devon, but he's spent a lot of time in Liverpool, and he's kind of one of these. It's just brilliant songwriting done really well. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, so him and Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers were my top two. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy when I don't have anything too embarrassing on there. I wasn't the top
No,
one on my Spotify Wrapped. If that's like that's
that's really good. So, when you were listening to music when you were younger, if you can remember, what was the earliest memory of a song you can ever remember hearing?
so the the earliest was Crocodile Rock by Elton John in the car with my
Wow.
parents.
Excellent.
And I specifically remember this because apparently, when I was even younger than that, I used to love it when I was a baby, and I was adamant I'd never heard the song before. So, for some reason, my earliest music memory is me having an argument with my mum about not being able to remember a song and then intently listening to it to try and prove the
Really?
point that I couldn't remember it. And then it got to the na 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 na, and I just shut up because I was like, I remember this now. Like it's that bit, you know. So
Wow.
as soon as it got to that, so that's my earliest memory, which I'm pretty
That's
happy
amazing.
with. You know, it's all right. It could be
Yes.
worse, I guess. Yeah,
It could be worse. It could be a lot worse. Yeah, I've had people say a lot worse, believe
it,
me.
that's all right. I'll take it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so what music was around when you was growing up then? In the house? What did your parents listen to? What?
So this is where I think this is like you have subliminal messaging just comes through in your music taste. I have a real feeling that's the case. So. Um, Mum and Dad were always into kind of Fleetwood Mac was a big thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Um, and I didn't really register that that it was on that much until I was about 15 or 16, and I think I I had been listening to Fleetwood Mac and then walked in and found my parents listening to it and being like, "What?" You know, where I didn't really connect the dots until that moment, you know what I mean? Which was actually quite nice because I felt like I went away and found it by myself, and it's almost like subconsciously I then fell in love
Yeah.
with the music that I'd grown up listening to. They were big Fleetwood Mac fans. Um,
Wow.
and yeah, I mean, just a lot of 80s music. Phil Collins. Uh,
Mm.
yeah, they love Phil Collins. And it's Bon Jovi, I remember specifically as well for some reason. I think,
Yeah.
it's one of those where they had a really classic taste in kind of 70s and 80s music. My dad was really into things like Slade, Bachman Turner
Yeah.
Overdrive. Um,
Yeah.
if something like AC/DC came on, he would be more into that. So kind of more your classic kind of rock.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
uh,
definitely.
whereas Mum, I think was kind of more, uh, yeah, kind of that Fleetwood Mac kind of style of songwriting. So almost
Yeah.
an Americana kind of twist on it. But yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
it's a good mix, though.
oh, it's a great mix. I mean, it's influenced me massively. So, for whatever reason, I didn't really choose to. When I was a teenager, I was obsessed with Blink-182. So, I think,
Nice.
yeah, I know. Yeah, you get to I think I still quite happily love listening to them now. But for whatever reason, I think I kind of, as I went to write more and more, for whatever reason, I kind of started to fall more and more in love with people like Springsteen and Tom Petty and Fleetwood Mac. And I'm not really sure why that is, but that's just kind of what happened. Um, and
Yeah.
yeah, still listen to all of them now, to be fair.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. It's a great selection of music, is that?
Yeah, I mean,
Absolutely
that's
fantastic.
that's the stuff that I'm proud to admit. I mean, we won't go
Yeah.
into we won't talk about my love for Busted and I can't remember what else, but kind of that kind of stuff as well. But I mean, it was always you're listening to what's on the radio, you know what I mean? So
Exactly.
um, yeah, so I think it's always I had a habit of buying all of the Now CDs that I could buy at the time. So I think whatever was on the radio, Blue uh, influenced me. I mean, yeah, Blue didn't really. I don't know where I'm going with this, but I wouldn't say that Blue musically influenced me, but I would say that I did listen to a lot of Blue, and
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, karaoke and Blue and me go together, like yeah,
Awesome.
pretty well. So I'm not sure I'm proud to admit that. I don't know. This is where you were supposed to stop me from talking when I mentioned the music at
Carry
the
on,
start.
carry on.
It's fine.
Carry on. So something like Tom Petty, Fleetwood Mac, Springsteen, Bon Jovi, AC/DC,
Yeah.
Busted, Blink-182, and then you've gone to Blue. Yeah.
There you go. You
Yeah,
can't
that's
help it. I don't know. I think it's
you
probably
can't, you can't.
yeah. It is what it is. I think that the funny things about kids is that they like what they like and they say what they feel.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you can't really shy away from it. That's what I listen to. So there you go.
That is great though. That's brilliant. So did you go to when you was at school? Did you study music at school or
No,
college?
no, no. I mean, I'm completely self-taught. So
Hmm.
I mean, technically I had guitar lessons for about a year when I was 9, and I hated it. Absolutely hated it. Didn't want to have anything to do with it. Would much rather go and play football than I would sit
Yeah.
inside. But then, so I stopped, and I didn't pick it up again until I was 15 or 16. And because I think that of the lessons experience I had, I
Hmm.
never I never wanted to try and learn the instrument in the way that somebody else was teaching me. I kind of wanted to figure it out for myself. And
Yeah.
but I wouldn't because I wouldn't, you know, there's a 6 year gap. I'd never consider myself influenced by the year of music lessons I had when I was 9 because I couldn't remember any of it.
Right.
But yeah, just completely self-taught. I wanted to do music at school and I wanted to do music at college, but I was too late. I didn't have the grades. I was actually
Oh yeah.
playing. Yeah, I actually went into playing drums. I had drum lessons when I was
Oh really?
yeah, when I was 15. It was the drums I wanted to play, and then I think I was in a band that one of my best friends was also a drummer, and we wanted to be in a band together. But I mean, unless you're Slipknot, you can't have two drummers, really. So I volunteered to be the singer. So I kind of, and then I had to learn some guitar to do that. So, and then I just ended up playing guitar more than anything, really.
Right. So I was going to ask you, what was the kind of the spark that kind of got
I
you
mean,
interested in music?
the
Wanted you to pick up the guitar and just
the literal, I can pin it to, I don't know the exact date, but I could find out for you. But it was, I got injured playing sports, and I was sat up late watching the Super Bowl.
yeah,
And they have a halftime show, and it was Tom Petty and the
yeah,
Heartbreakers, and I
wow,
think the first song was American Girl, and it about
yeah,
20 seconds in, I was like,
yeah,
"What is this?" You know, I wasn't really into it because of I wasn't I didn't even realize there was going to be music on at halftime. You know, but I've never had um a feeling that's like it's just quite an overriding sense of like that's what I want to do,
yeah,
hitting me in the face to the point where you know you're trying to get up out of off the sofa to get closer to the TV to see. And I think partially it's because you know um, I've got quite a low voice, and Tom Petty had like quite a it's a baritone voice, really, but it's that kind of you know he's got a brilliant voice. It's distinctive, but I wouldn't say that he really went up there and you know hit loads of ranges with his vocal.
hmm.
And I think and it was the long blonde hair and the you know the electric guitar and all that kind of stuff, where I was just like that I could do that. Like I reckon I could do that. And then yeah, literally the next day, um, my brother played. still plays music. He's a musician as well, and straight away next day I was taking the guitar, like the old guitar that I couldn't play when I was younger, taking that into his room to try and encourage him to teach me some chords. And I think he taught me Wonderwall and then left me to it for the rest of my life, really. So that's literally that's how it works. Yeah, yeah.
That, I mean, the first few like lines of American Girl by Tom Petty is going to get anybody, I guess.
It was
the intro.
it was the if you ever get the chance to watch the halftime show, I just remember being like, I think they were doing something. It used to be on the BBC. I think it is sometimes, but it's sometimes not. I'm not going to go into broadcasting rights. But I really didn't know there was going to be music on, and they were talking about how Tom Petty was coming on. I didn't know who Tom Petty was. I didn't know anything about him really. And then again, I think this is where this subliminal stuff comes in from my parents, because when they find me listening to him later, my dad is knowing the words to it, and it's the footage is amazing because they have like an arrow coming out of the stadium and then smashes through a giant love heart for the stage, and then all the fans rush the field and they're playing American Girl, and you're just like, it was just I was just blown away, So
Wow.
yeah.
That's yeah. I mean, I used to watch the football myself, American football myself, and like the halftime shows are just brilliant. It seemed to go on for hours and hours, and it stayed up to like 1:30, 2:00 in the morning watching it.
Yeah,
it was insane.
I mean, it's a complete spectacle. You know what I mean? It's everything that goes into it. And I don't think there's anything really. Obviously, we have like massive festivals and everything, but trying to cram so much into such a short space of time on such a large scale in front of so many people, it's like I don't know what to compare it to. Eurovision, where you have one person run up and do a song and then try and get off, but that's kind of that's in a different.
It's nothing, is it?
It's a completely different kind of thing. This is done. You've got 18 minutes in front of a stadium. You need to get the stage on. You need to get all the staging. And if you're going to have, in recent years, it's been mainly people who have got dancers and extra stuff coming on, like not just the band. So it's just unreal. The amount of effort that goes into, I just cannot. I mean, I can't believe it. And it's just quite the spectacle. I mean, it's always entertaining because you just don't know. There's this element of something, I feel anyway, there's this element of it is so live and so at risk of something going wrong because there's so much happening in such a short space of time. It's the most pressure, I guess, that you're going to get on a stage, probably anywhere. Yeah, at least if you've got 2. Yeah, if you've got 2 hours to play, if you mess up, 30 seconds of a song, you can restart the song, or you could.
Yes.
It's not the end of the world, but if you do it there, that's it. You're done. So, a lot of time. For it.
So, like when you were growing up as well. Can you remember the first album you bought? I'm guessing it'd be a Tom Petty one or something, will it?
Well, I mean, first album I bought would have been. I'm pretty sure it was actually Craig David. I'm 80% sure it was Craig David, who's a Southampton boy as well. So I'm pretty sure it was Craig David, and I don't really. Again, I think he was on the radio all the time, and just. But yeah, it's funny because I think even now, like I look back at, I think maybe this is an age thing. I don't know, but I look back at things like that, like listening to Craig David, and I'm aware he's still making music and doing brilliantly with that. But I look back now, and that was the kind of thing that was in the charts all the time. And I think that I still find listening back to that kind of thing really digestible now. And I'm not saying I don't with a lot of the stuff in the charts nowadays, but I find my taste has developed to a point where I know what I like and I know what I don't. And so I'm much more yes or no with the stuff that's out there, now. So but yeah, I loved Craig David when I was younger. And then if it wasn't Craig David, it was probably Blue again. I definitely had at least 2 Blue albums. So, I mean, I bought all of Blink-182's albums as quickly as I could
Yeah,
and as much of it as I could. And
yeah,
as soon as I was onto something like Blink-182, I was
yeah,
lost down the Blink-182, Sum 41, Fall Out Boy, Green Day route. I was gone. Um, but
yeah.
yeah, before that, it was probably yeah, Blue or Craig David, I would say. Rock and roll.
I mean, I remember having Green Day
Mm.
um, basket case on cassette,
Really?
cassette, and it was like a cassette EP. I remember it. Yeah, I played in
Yeah.
my car as well.
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
I thought,
I mean, I remember driving a car where I had to get one of those cassette things that had a wire that came out of it, where you could plug it into something that would actually play like a memory stick thing. I had one of those. Like I
oh,
remember that. It was a nightmare because you couldn't. Um, I mean, you look at it now, and we've moved on
oh
quite a
no,
lot, and you're driving
I'll
around,
persevere. Yeah,
yeah, and if you want to skip a song, you can skip quite easily. But I mean, if you're in
yeah,
that situation, it's just, well, I've got a memory stick of songs, and whatever's on it is going to be played in this car journey. That's how it
yeah,
works. Which,
yeah.
to be
That's it.
fair, you end up. I think that actually helps in a way because you end up listening to everything, and it brings back album culture, which I don't think we have so
Yeah,
much of anymore. So,
no.
um, yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So we'll bring it right back up to date now. So tell me a bit about this little tour with Joel and how you met him.
So I met Joel at the Button. So I went up to.
Oh yeah,
I literally, I think I've played about 2 or 3 years ago. I basically made a list of every open mic I could find, and then
yeah,
decided to just drive to as many as I could,
mm,
or get the train or whatever. So I was going down to, I'm based in Southampton, but I was going down to Brighton
mm,
probably, 5 times a month. I'd be going up to London to find whatever I could, and then I was trying
yeah,
to find the best kind of open mics or kind of, I guess, stages to try and play on. And
mm,
I remember I met a really drunk guy in London who recommended the Button Warehouse in Macclesfield. So I ended up
yeah,
going out to the next time I got the chance to be in that part of the country. I went up and played, and yeah, we
yeah,
kind of touched base, and we realised that because I think we've both got a similar. It's certainly not a problem because it's not something to. I don't want to discredit anybody from anything because
mm,
we're finding that we have like we're doing really well in the parts of the country where we're based, and it kind of
yeah,
layers
yeah,
back the further away you go.
yeah,
So we were finding we were in a
yeah,
similar position. So it made sense to try and sort something out which we could exchange. So that's what we did, and we
yeah,
spoke about it. Um, we kind of casually mentioned it when we first met, because we got to see
mm,
each other play at the Button, and then I think
yeah,
I was up to play something else about 6 months later, and we properly sat down and had a beer and chatted about it, and we felt like it could work. So that's where it came from, really. Um, and yeah, me just blindly driving around the country playing open mics, but very happily met Joel. So always a good thing.
What else did you get to on your open mic little adventures then?
So, some would you? I mean, I can give you a list of some of the better ones that I can remember off the top of my head. The Monday Club in Liverpool is a really good one.
Mm,
That's, yeah, every Monday night, and they really champion original music. The Button is brilliant. Uh,
it is
I
amazing
haven't,
place.
yeah, I haven't got round to playing at the Whiskey Jar in Manchester, but that was another one that kept coming up. The Where did I go in Brighton? I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I've forgotten the name of the place in Brighton, but there's a place in Brighton that I went to that was really good, which is really bad of me to do that. The Railway in Winchester is one that I will always be massively supportive of. Uh, yeah, I mean there's somewhere called the Joiners in London, which is great. The Green Note in London is right up there with one of the best open mics around as
Yeah,
well. And there is there's a few in Camden which are really really good, and it's almost frustrating because a lot of them are on the same night. Uh, but there's a lot out there where you kind of go and um, you try and kind of, I don't really know why I became so obsessed with going to play them. I think I wanted to prepare myself for like any eventuality. And
Yeah.
that's a really healthy way to do that, because you go and
Yeah.
you literally just go and play, and you don't know what the room's going to be like, and you get there, and
Mm.
one open mic will be, because if you're doing it off the back of people's advice that you don't know very well, you'll get to one
Yeah.
place and one person will think that this open mic is great and the next person will think it's
Mm.
terrible. So it's a
Yeah.
lot of kind of, it feels like you're throwing darts at a wall but with a blindfold on, because you don't know what you're going to get. But sometimes it's amazing. There's a couple of really good ones in Leeds. I'm trying to remember the name of the one in London that is also really good, which is also on a Tuesday, which is going to really annoy me. But there's a bunch ran by really good people. And but yeah, the button is up there. You have to message in advance to do the button, which
Yeah.
tells you it's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Monday Club in Liverpool, I really like as well. The guy Ian Prowse who runs it, he's
Ian.
he's yeah, he's an absolute character, and
Yeah. I
he
know
ten,
Ian.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So he runs it,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I
He's
think it's just,
wonderful. Yeah.
yeah, it's just the way he does it, man. Like you've got to,
Mm.
it's just very
Yeah.
entertaining. And I think the first time that I played the Monday Club, um, one of the levelers was playing it. It was and I was talking to him at the bar, and
Mm.
his name's Dan Donnelly. He's a really nice guy, and I was just talking to him and didn't think too
Mm.
much of it. And we were talking about kind of festivals and stuff, and I was telling him about a festival I just played down south, and he said he'd played it, but because he's really modest, he didn't for one second even hint that he was the headliner for that festival. He didn't feel like telling me that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like I'm a fan of the Levelers, but I mean,
Yeah.
I just wouldn't even have registered that in that context or situation I'd have been talking to
Yeah.
the guitarist from the Levelers, and then he went up to play, and I was like, this guy's really good. And then at the end of him playing, Ian went up and said that was Dan Donnelly from the Levelers, and I was like, oh, you're kidding me! I didn't realize that was, you know. But just
Yeah.
yeah, really, I mean, the thing that I would say that I think is that I really took away from it is that he was just a really nice guy. um
Yeah.
and just no, yeah, I mean, it's the same with a lot of those kinds of people. They're just incredibly talented and successful musicians,
Mm.
but then just have the complete modesty and personality that's just welcoming and supportive of other musicians. And even before he went and played, he was stood there like really complimenting like not like occasionally going up and telling people they've done really well, but kind of tapping me on the shoulder and being like, oh, she's really
Yeah.
good, like she's got a great voice, and like complimenting things. And it was,
Yeah.
yeah, it was really cool to see, something to aspire to. I think, you meet people like that, and at least for me anyway, look at that and go, right,
Yeah.
that's the kind of person I want to be around music, because at least
Mm.
it seems like it's a warm and supportive place, and that's the kind of community you want to create or be a part of. So yeah,
Yeah. Of course
love
it
that
is. Yeah.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you been to any of Ian's shows then?
So yeah, so I supported Ian in Portsmouth earlier in the year with my band, and
Mm.
had an amazing time. He's a really enigmatic performer, and I just think
He
he's
is.
one of for some reason, I find him hilarious. I'm not sure if he's trying to be,
Yeah.
I know he's
He's
trying
a
to be
smarter,
funny
isn't
the entire
he? Yeah.
time, but it's just the way that he's just constantly, it is the patter, and it's the scouseness
Yeah.
of it all. It's just like,
It
he just
is.
completely goes off on one at one point, and I'll just be absolutely
Yeah.
entranced with the guy. Amazing band, like absolutely amazing
So,
band. Really welcoming
so
and supportive
did you
people.
support him? Did you support Ian in Portsmouth? Was it a full band?
Yeah, yeah. So it was Ian Prowse in Amsterdam, and then it was me and my full band, Rob Clamp and the Ashmen.
Yeah.
So it was yeah, it was amazing, and they were really, really welcoming and nice and friendly, and yeah, couldn't speak highly enough of them, to
Yeah.
be honest with you. But again, this is what it comes down to. You're seeing,
Yeah.
people often ask like, oh, you wouldn't necessarily connect the dots, but then you see them behind the scenes and the way they interact with people, and you completely understand
Yeah.
why they've got so many friends in music. It's because they're nice people.
Yeah.
So,
Did you see the drummer? Did you see
yes,
the drummer for you?
Yeah, yeah.
What did he look like?
He had a hat on, a ponytail. Um, do you know him?
Yeah, it's my son.
No way!
Yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah,
That's
yeah, it is.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's brilliant. Yeah, it was.
Sometimes, sometimes he doesn't do the solo shows.
No.
Obviously, Ian does some solo shows as well, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But yeah, he's been. I think they had the last gig in Liverpool on Saturday, just gone.
Yeah, it was the it's the big I can't remember
Yeah,
what the name of the place is called, but it was the massive one with like Miles Hunt playing and yeah, just it
yeah, it
looked
was. Yeah, it
incredible.
was.
It looked incredible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah,
But
no,
yeah,
well,
small world.
congratulations. You've got a very talented son. You've got to be proud.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I am. Yeah, it's a small world.
Well, yeah, how about that? Well, yeah, well,
Unbelievable.
send on my best, please, by all means. There
I
you go.
will do. Yeah.
Yeah. It would be the
So,
it would be the show where I think they got home at like 5 in the morning or something because they left straight
oh,
after
really?
Portsmouth, and
Wow.
yeah, they were all kind of like, we need to get out of here because we're going to
Yeah,
be in a van or a bus or whatever
yeah.
for 6 hours. So yeah, fair play to them. To be fair,
So I'm going to ask you about your Ashmen.
yeah.
So did you? Is it somebody like a band who you play with all the time, or I know you
So,
do your solo stuff, but when you go out playing,
yeah, I mean, we basically I do probably what like 90% of my shows I end up doing solo because it's just
yeah,
logistically more practical for me to go and play them. But
yeah,
the band in recent times, it's been funny actually because a few years ago, I didn't have a band. I think 3 or 4 years ago, I didn't
mm,
have a band. I didn't really have much of an intention of having a band. Um,
yeah,
and then we put on a show at a place called The Joiners, not the same one as the one in London, but the one in Southampton. And yeah, we
yeah,
put on a show there, and it was the tickets sold really well. So I felt under pressure to go and
mm,
get a band to kind of make it a bit more of a bigger thing. And then
yeah,
recruited these guys through quite comical circumstances. Some of them, Ben, he's the keys player. I was
yeah.
literally, I wanted anyone at the time. I was like desperate to have somebody come and play with me.
Right.
And I was like, I found him like really drunk at an open mic. We were both really drunk. He was particularly much more drunk than I was at the open mic. But he was playing everything, as in he was going up. It was kind of a jam session as well. So he was going up,
Mm,
and he would volunteer to kind of go and play piano for people, but be kind of
okay.
improvising, like reading the screen for people to sing at the same time. So he wouldn't know the song, and
Oh,
you could hear them go like, "Do you know this one?" And he go, "No, but if you give me the chords, I can play it." Which is always kind of
wow.
it's kind of the sign of somebody. And then I remember I left the
Oh yeah.
room and came back, and he was on. I think he was on the drums or the bass or something for the jam session. So I was like, oh, I like this guy. I
Yeah.
like how drunk he is as well because he's a very happy drunk man, which
Yeah.
helps. But and then yeah, rehearsed with him, and then I met Sam, who is the drummer, but he's also our banjo player. So I met
Yeah.
him at a different open mic, but he was I'd known him for quite a
Sober.
long time. So it's the railway, this one in Winchester. But he was he wasn't that actually. I don't know. But
Yeah.
I knew him as a drummer before, and I remember seeing him playing at the open mic as a guitarist, and he was doing this really distinctive thing that was really cool. So
Yeah.
I asked to kind of have him come in, and knew that he had a banjo as well because he'd been playing in kind of a folky cover kind of band. And
Mm,
so got him into. I'm a big fan of Gregory Alan Isaacoff, so I got him into kind of like,
yeah.
we could try and do something with the banjo and see what can work. And then as soon as we put it together, we were like, actually, this could do with drums. Maybe Sam should go on the drums. So that means you need a bassist.
Yeah.
And then we get the bassist in, Ed, who was in Sam's kind of cover country band. And then
Yeah.
and then they were like, well, we do have a violinist as well. If you want a violinist, we have a violinist. I was like, well, we can, yeah, why not? So we the first rehearsal as a five-piece was, I think, 3 weeks before the show, and it was
Yeah.
sold out. It was already kind of sold out at about 200 people. So we were kind of under a bit of pressure to go and do it well. And then that's how that happened. And then we went off and started playing more shows. But we're in the last year in particular. Sorry if I'm talking too much, by the way, but I could tell you quite an entertaining story about how we were trying to develop our sound. We've been playing together for a couple of years now, and we were like, right, let's try and have. I was considering trying to play the electric guitar for a bit, and normally I'm very much an acoustic guitarist. And we had a show at the Brook in Southampton. Again, it was the biggest show we've ever played at the time.
Yeah.
And it's an amazing venue, brilliant place to play. And it was the night before the show, and we were having lots of kind of technical in-ear problems mainly because I was switching instruments. So every time, because I was going through the same, it's a bit confusing, but because I was going through the same channel, I was, one guitar was much louder than the other. And because we wanted to do quick changeovers throughout the songs, it was a problem for everybody, because we were kind of having to rely heavily on being able to change your volume on the fly, and that would affect everything, because then all of a sudden something else needs to come up and something else needs to come down. So it's only one instrument that's causing it, but five things have to change when this one instrument changes. And it got to the night before the gig, and Sam, our drummer banjo player, basically said, like, I just can't, I'm going to really struggle with this tomorrow. Like, I don't know how we're going to do it. And I was like, okay, we'll do the whole thing on acoustic guitar. We'll do this unplugged section where we'll unplug all the instruments. We'll do it completely kind of folky.
Oh, really?
And then didn't have the time to rehearse any of the songs again properly, and just went and played it. And then the show was just amazing. It's just the best show probably I've played. It just as in when we started playing, I think especially like the unplugged bits we do, because we're able to have me play acoustic guitar, and Ed has a double bass and a violin and a mandolin and a banjo, and then we can sing, and it's just it's great to be able to do that. And we weren't going to do it. Like we had no intentions of doing it. It was just more like, we're screwed here. We need to do something different. And that's what we did. We just did the unplugged thing. And just went out and just did it. And then we kind of realized how good it kind of felt to do, and the response we got. So we've done it ever since. And that's why the band is it was going a certain direction, and now we think it's completely changed into much more of a folky direction. Which I'm more than happy with, because I didn't realize it would be as good as it was until we were doing it. It was only when you're doing it in front of 300 people that you're like, maybe we should have done it like this the whole time. Not to mention I spent how much money in rehearsals to try and get the other way right, and then all of a sudden you accidentally do it this way. There you go.
It happens like that sometimes. It just does.
I mean, it's nuts how it works out, because it was completely unintentional, really, to do it exactly like that. But that's just what we did, and now that's kind of part of. If you see us together as a band, we will normally walk out into the audience and play one or two, normally two songs, to be fair, kind of completely unplugged, and we'll do it in the middle of the room, and it's great. Like, absolutely love that part of the set.
Oh man, I bet that's good. I bet that's really. I mean, I've seen bits on you on Instagram and things like that, but with the band, and you all seem to just gel together so well. It's like you've been playing for years and years and years, a long time. But
thank you.
The sound is amazing.
No, thank you. I blame the guys more than me. But it's the songs are the songs are we rearrange them. So if you're really enthusiastic about my music, which not many people are, which is fine, but I play the songs differently. Sometimes I won't play the same songs with the band that I will play as a solo act. But almost always the songs are completely different in the way they're arranged or performed. I just can't play them in the same. I think if you're on your own, there's something that my brother kind of drilled into me when I was younger when it came to songwriting is, if you're a solo act, you have to consider that you don't have much time to offer variation. So, you need to, or you don't want to spend too much time offering that variation, I guess. So if you've got a 7-minute song and you're a soloist and you're just you and an acoustic guitar, it needs to be incredibly compelling, or you can cut it down or speed it up, or, offer layers in that way. Kind of, you can make it a bit quicker. So often I find myself kind of, I don't necessarily play quicker as such when I'm on my own, but I will play in probably more of an energetic, upbeat style, even though the band is a much bigger sound, because you can arrange it differently. Yeah.
I mean, I've only seen you like obviously once, but and obviously I know Joel.
Yeah.
And you were both playing in Leeds, and I just, you kind of blew me away a little bit with you playing, and just when you were just sat there on your own.
No, thank you.
Just the way you were singing, just the way you were singing, the little, what was on your foot? Sorry, a little tambourine on your foot.
Yeah, I had a foot tambourine. Yeah, a little foot tambourine.
Yeah.
It
was just like a bigger sound. It's just like it just. It kind of blew me away a little bit. Yeah.
No, thank you so much, Mark. That's so kind. Again, it wasn't really. I didn't really mean to do that. If you get what I mean, I didn't prep to, as in the one-man band thing. It was kind of. I wanted to. I reset about 5 years ago. I was getting frustrated that I wasn't kind of getting more chances to play more shows. So I remember trying to loop pedal and trying to add lots of different pedals and stuff to the set to try and offer. Again, it's that variation thing. If you're by yourself and people might not know your songs, it's tough. So I asked for a stomp box for Christmas, and then I found that my left leg was going when my right leg was going. So I realized that actually maybe I should do both and do them at different times. So that's kind of where that came from. Again, I didn't really mean to do it, but it's worked out that way. I'm pretty happy with it. So yeah.
Well, I think it sounds better than a loop, like loop pedals, and it just sounds more natural, and it just
I really appreciate that. No,
I'd love to come and watch you with the rest of your band though, but you kind of tour a bit far away.
We're touring next. We're touring next autumn, so we'll be back out on the road again, and I'm like, I'll let you know where we are. It's funny because I absolutely love playing solo, because I just feel so comfortable, and it's kind of a mechanical. Like I'm going to say this now, and the next time I play live, I'll be horrendous. I'll mess everything up, and it will go completely wrong. But it's just, I don't know, because of the fact that I kind of ground myself down through going through playing open mics and expecting people not to listen. Now I just enjoy the experience of playing to people who might be listening, and I just absolutely love it. But the band are. I don't know. It's kind of another level for me, because I have people there to share the experience with, and that's a much more kind of human element to it, which I enjoy doing the solo stuff, and I probably do more. I can do more storytelling, and I can do I'm in complete control of everything I'm doing. But I do think that for me, music is about sharing experiences with people, and I completely it's therapy to me as well, so I do go away and listen to it on my own. I'm not saying you can't do that, but I think if you're going to a live event, you're going to be a part of an atmosphere, and I find it nicer to be with people on stage than I do by myself. That's just my personal preference.
You're gonna do, aren't you?
Yeah,
but there's a little song you played as well. It was like a before the show song.
The Rules of the Gig song. Yeah, the Rules of the Gig. Yeah, telling people to shut up. I wrote that. Yeah, I wrote it as a joke for a couple of guys at the Winchester, the Railway open mic. I wrote it as a joke for them, and I think for whatever reason, I played it to be like, oh, this will be like, because it's essentially saying, don't talk too loud, and don't get too drunk, don't
Yeah.
annoy the bar staff. That's kind of what it's going through.
Yeah.
But don't ruin it for everyone else is the premise,
Yeah.
essentially. Like, I don't want to tell, this is the thing, I don't want to tell people that they have to be completely quiet or that they're not allowed to enjoy themselves. I'm just saying, don't
Yeah.
ruin it for everybody, you know.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I wrote it as a joke for these two guys. And then when I played it and I was like, I got you. And they were like,
Yeah.
you actually, no, that's actually a really good song. You need to, you need to play it. And I was like,
It
oh,
is.
gonna have to learn it.
Because you start playing the song, you
Mm,
start playing it, and it's only like a few kind of lines in. You think, hang on a minute,
yeah.
it's like it's not a song. It's telling you about like obviously you want
Yeah.
people to be quiet, and
Quite near the start,
just
I
really.
tell people to, I don't want to hear you over my guitar is like one of the lines
Yeah.
quite near the start. And I always see people reacting to it when, if I'm playing somewhere where a lot of people are talking, then I will be
Yeah.
like, I will go in and be like, this is for the table at the back, and then just
Yeah.
start playing it sometimes.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, it's a good fun song. And it's funny because I'll
It is.
talk to other musicians who are like struggling to deal with people who are talking too loud or something, and then
Mm.
they'll be like, what would you do? And I'll be like, well, I just play that song, it's soon
Yeah.
tell people to shut up.
It's,
So and yeah, you've got to make the
yeah.
point of, if you can hear the lyrics, the song's not about you, you know what I mean? Like, that's the point.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a tongue-in-cheek kind of thing.
It
But
is. It is. Yeah.
yeah, I've had one or two people complain, telling me I was a bit rude with it, and it's just like, if you were listening to it,
No.
it's fine.
It's a
So
bit of fun. Yeah. It's
nah,
a bit of fun.
it's all right.
So you're going. I've just seen on Instagram actually, which is when we kind of got you were trying to sort your problem
Yeah,
out with coming on.
yeah,
And are you touring next year? You going to Ireland somewhere, playing Dublin or?
yeah. So I'll be. That's the Dublin will probably be the first headline of the European dates. I'm going to be announcing Germany dates, and hopefully Austria and Hungary and Czechia as well. That's the aim.
Yeah.
So I'll be doing that kind of through February and March, which is going to be really, really good fun. And yeah,
Exciting.
I'm buzzing for it. I've been kind of hopping over to both to Ireland
Yeah.
and to Europe, and to Europe. It's in Europe, but like to mainland Europe,
Mm. Yeah.
kind of twice a year for the last few years, and I've just found the experience to be incredibly rewarding. So I'm thrilled to be going back out there and playing at Whelan's on the 25th of February, which is in Dublin, which is going to be a really cool one. And then the remaining shows, I think, are going to be out in public soon. I'm looking forward to getting those out. And to be honest, I find that is a lot of the kind of European tours I do, I kind
Mm.
of do it in the way that I would want everything to be, which is where I will go for kind of 2 or 3
Yeah.
weeks, and I'll play pretty much every night. And you kind of get in a routine of driving and getting up and playing and going to bed and then
Yeah.
getting up, driving, and I just absolutely love that, because sometimes it's a bit overwhelming at first or second show. It can take a little bit of adjustment to remember that you've got kind of, I don't know. I just came back. Well, I did Germany a couple of months ago again, and I think I didn't. It was
Wow.
9 or 10 shows in 9 or 10 nights. So it's like when you've done
Wow.
the first one, you're still quite tired from the flight normally, and you're
Yeah.
trying to motivate yourself to get the energy to get up and go again and
Yeah.
again. And yeah, but by the time it gets to like the second or third, you're just having a great time, and the beer's great, and the people are lovely. And what's wrong with being like in a place where it feels like everyone wants to be friends with you, because people want to talk
Yeah.
to you about music and stuff, and absolutely love it. So I'm yeah, absolutely thrilled to be going back to both Ireland and Germany and Czechia and Austria and hopefully Hungary as well. Yeah.
Because you just come back, haven't you, from Belgrade? Is it? And
Yeah, I went out to play
yeah.
a
Yeah.
festival in Belgrade. I had another show in Sofia as well in Bulgaria. So it's
Mm.
been a really kind of busy end to the year. I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to announce some more tour dates in the Balkans, hopefully for next year, but we'll
Yeah.
see. But I'm hoping that it'll be quite a lot more. So it's just really exciting, because I think for most
It is.
musicians, you want to go and play and feel like people want you to be there. It feels weird to say it, but I've come up through a route which has sometimes it's felt like music isn't the priority in the room. So when you're playing at open mics and things like that. So when you start playing in places where people are trying to get you back in, amazing. So absolutely thrilled to be able to go and do that, and hopefully get through a lot more shows, a lot more places, see a lot more people, and have a lot more people see me play and do what I do, and then get the band back out on the road, which we're going to do next year as well. So, yeah.
Oh, I was just going to ask you, is it mostly is it just you doing solo then?
So I'll be doing I've got to confess, I am taking a little bit of time off next year because I'm getting married. So I'd get in a bit of trouble if I didn't stop for a month or so.
Yeah.
But we've got I've got these shows out in Europe kind of February and March, and then I'm taking a break to get married in April. And then after that we'll be into festival season. And I might do a short tour in September solo, but I think it's looking likely that there will also be a full band tour in kind of October, November time, where we get to kind of travel a little bit further away from home. And it's kind of, I don't know, those are the fun ones because you get to go and be away with your mates for a few days and play some stuff in some new places, which is always cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So who's playing at your wedding then? Is it you?
No, I'm not. I would not survive the night if I decided I was gonna. There'd be an insurance claim pretty quickly after that if I decided to play at the wedding. No, I think that we've got there's a couple of musicians that I know who are phenomenal musicians. There's some chaps called the Henrys who are a father and son Portuguese duo, and they do covers of covers of just classic music, but mainly the Beatles. They sound ridiculously like the Beatles. It's amazing, and they're going to be playing. So I'm absolutely I'm thrilled to have them. The awkward thing is that I have a lot of musicians who are coming to the wedding,
all right.
But I don't want them to play necessarily because I want them to enjoy themselves. I want them to let their hair down and celebrate. I'm not saying that I don't want the Henrys to do that as well, but they're good friends of mine as well. It's just I think what they do is perfect for what we want. So they're amazing. So I'm buzzed to have them, and it's also it's quite fortunate where you've got some mates who are just like, oh well, if you need a band, we can set this up, or we can put some lights up, or because so it's gonna be great. So really looking forward to it.
That's so good. Yeah. So obviously you've set your tour out for next year.
Yeah.
And when's that going to go? Are you going to put that online or?
So the European dates will be going. They'll be going up soon. For the autumn tour for next year, it's going to be a little bit of time yet. Because we've got kind of festival season to look forward to just yet. So they won't be up till a kind of spring, kind of May kind of time anyway. But when they do, you'll be the first to know. I promise you that. But we're just nice to be able to go out and play and be on the road. So gonna be.
So starting from February then, you start in Dublin. So do you play mainland England? Are you coming to actual?
So I have got a couple of shows which are kind of I think they're up in Norfolk kind of way and Cambridgeshire kind of way in January. And I've got a couple of festivals. I think I go back to playing Leeds again in January as well.
All right.
And then I'm at a festival in Blackpool in January as well. But I'm kind of trying to because of the amount of travel that just goes into the stuff over February and March, it's going to be quite a lot to take on. So I'm not planning any more big kind of touring things early part of the year in the UK. I'm going to do quite a lot of that in the latter of next year. So I'm quite conscious that I've got to juggle it all, and I also I want to be home because as much as I can, I want to be home because I'm away for basically a full month, almost a month before I get married, and I need to be around to kind of be with Emily and kind of, I'm saying this like I've done any of the preparation for the wedding. But I do need to be around, you know, to actually help out and be on hand. And I think, you know, being away for 3 weeks or a month I can manage it. But I'm playing every night. So physically it takes its toll. I don't think you can do too much more than that without really having a proper support network in place. And I have it in places, but I wouldn't say I have it as a constant. So I kind of feel like I'm constantly on the move when I'm out there. So I will be touring the UK pretty constantly in September, October, and November next year, which I'm really looking forward to. And looking forward to festival season as well, which is always good fun. So a lot to look forward to for next year. And then the aim is to have an album coming out in 2027. So that would be the aim as well. So yeah, so trying to plan kind of 2 years in advance and get everything lined up. But it's exciting times. Yeah, buzzing.
Yeah, sounds like a really busy year next year, though.
Really
busy year.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't look good. I'm not going to lie. I initially promised Emily that I wouldn't do any music. I wouldn't be doing anything. And then you get offered, I don't know, you get offered one good show in Germany, and you're like, actually, maybe I should go back to Germany. And then you get offered something in Czechia, and you're like, actually, maybe I should go to. Next thing I know, I'm off for a while, and but yeah, I'll probably go back to Germany again next October as well. So it's quite a lot to do, but I'm really looking forward to it, and lots to get on with. And I've got to do work behind the scenes, obviously in the studio. If we want the album coming out, then much of my time kind of gets swallowed up with that. And then it's juggling the travel as well. It's the boring stuff, but it takes a lot out of you. So but it's going to be fun though. Next couple of years, really excited for them. And I've got to just pretend to not be tired when I'm on stage. That's the only thing.
So you were saying then about going to the studio. Do you like going in the studio?
Honestly,
does it work for you?
Honestly, no. I don't really like the studio at all. I love the people I work with in the studio. Like I normally work between. There's a studio called Sunrise Sound Studios, and then I also work with Ben, who's in my band as well. So we do kind of a mixture of the stuff between the two. And like I'm incredibly kind of, try to be relaxed and everything, but I think it just takes a long time to really feel properly comfortable in there. And I do feel comfortable, and I love working with the guys. It's nothing to do with them. I just want to be playing in front of people. That's all it is, I want to be out there, and I don't get the same like rush playing in a studio as I do playing in front of people. So I think that's it. I think most musicians will be doing, like, I don't know. I can't speak for other musicians completely, but I think you're doing it for the feeling it gives you when you find the part of it that you enjoy the most. The bit I enjoy the most is the performing live, so that's the bit I'm always chasing. I love spending time with the people in the studio, but the process, guys, and it can be so boring sometimes. Like, again, no criticism of anybody who enjoys it, like absolutely fine, but it's a lot to think about when I'm in there. So I sound like a really happy person with the studio.
You did, So Rob, are you ready for singing us a song?
I can do that, of course.
Cool.
Sounds like a plan. This is a new song. It's called Bringing Them Home. Mama told me to hold while I was letting her go, to wake up from an American dream. I never wanted to call when I started to fall off the map, but I was trying to say, oh, I'm a lover, not a leaver. Oh, there's nowhere to hide. Don't let them catch you with the teacher. They'll take you out for a ride. There's no need for education when you're already stationed on the edge of what they're calling the West. There's a snake in my boot and I'm cutting loose before they put me over the parapet. How I miss the concertina and the songs that we played. I'm not a lover or a leaver, I'm a Swiss Army blade. So what are we fighting for? I don't want to take any more. Well, the bells stop ringing when we stop bringing them home. Alone, it's all we know. But don't you worry, we'll be back before you know that we're gone. Back before you know that we're gone. There's no room for condemnation when you're meant to be patient, running down the former years of your life. I'm not scared of infiltration, I just don't want to face him while he's got that kind of look in his eyes. How I long for Minnesota and 10,000 lakes. I'm just a kid from South Dakota, don't tell me how to behave. So what are we fighting for? I don't want to take any more. Well, the bells stop ringing when we stop bringing them home. Alone, it's all we know. But don't you worry, we'll be back before you know that we're gone. Back before you know that we're gone. Charlie wants to come to my 21st birthday. These idiots picked on a real life cowboy. Charlie wants to come to my 21st birthday. These idiots picked on a real life cowboy. So what are we fighting for? I don't want to take any more. Well, the bells stop ringing when we stop bringing them home. Alone, it's all we know. But don't you worry, we'll be back before you know that we're gone. Back before you know that we're gone.
Yeah, that was amazing, Rob.
Thank you very much, Mark. Really appreciate that.
Thank you so much. It sounded like a cross between a Tom Petty and a Bruce Springsteen song.
Who saw that coming? You know, how about that? I'll take that for sure. It's probably because I listen to them both all the time. But yeah, no, yeah, no, pretty happy with that. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Yeah.
No, not a problem. Well, Rob, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate you talking and playing us a tune. Absolutely fantastic.
My pleasure, honestly, Mark. Thank you so much for having me.
Rob, I'll hopefully see you soon.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Take care, okay? Thank you very much, Mark. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Cheers. Thanks.